And there he is.
Can you hear me though?
I can hear you. Yes. Can
Oh,
you
good.
hear me?
I can hear you great.
Awesome.
Okay.
Well, hello, ladies and
Just
gentlemen.
gonna wash my hands real quick.
In case
if I'm
y'all don't
outside.
know, Bob is notorious. Oh, hold on. I've got the. Okay, there we go. I had to shut down the other YouTube stream. In case y'all don't know, Bob is notorious for taking all live streams on his phone. So he's about the most mobile live streamer you'll ever meet, which is always entertaining. How you doing, Bob?
I'm good. Look at my new laundry room.
Did you move?
Yeah, I'm really excited about my laundry room.
Wait. Are we not going to see the pool anymore?
No, sorry.
Dude, you can't make these changes to us.
I had to move.
Oh, man. So I guess we're going to have to break the news to the FPV community. There will be no more pool in Bob's videos, but we'll only see his hands still.
I've already been. Oh, wow. It's delayed online.
Yeah. Well, there's a 5 to 15-second delay from this broadcast until, yes, the new beers with Bog Grinder.
This is my girlfriend's headband. I just need it for my hair because it's a mess.
Yes. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
We're doing all right, man.
I have ears.
So are you now? I just asked the regular. We're all in quarantine questions. Are you working?
I am working actually. Okay. Yesterday was a full day of work. I took a lot of teeth out. It was wonderful. It's like the first day that I went to work, did a bunch of surgery, made actual money, and came back home. Yeah.
Well, when was the last time that had like been a real thing?
2 months ago.
Ah, God, that's like
quite the ordeal.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
Even I started collecting unemployment.
Whoa, dude.
Yeah.
That is like.
But I applied for the $10,000 loan, the first loan. They didn't give it to me.
They didn't. Yeah, I was gonna say nobody got it. Nobody except for the big companies got it. Yeah. So,
yeah, but it's like 10,000 is nothing to the big companies. So I don't understand what they were thinking.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been. I know for me, our company got actually busier when everything got uncertain, but that's because our product is built around like
it's online. Yeah.
It's uncertainty. Like we predict uncertainty and tell you why there is uncertainty. It's artificial intelligence, machine learning, yada, yada, yada. So we actually got busier. A lot of our big customers doubled down, things like that. But it's been crazy. But like for us here in Virginia, the kids have been home for 2 months now. They're shortening the school year, and they're talking about the next year of school being virtual.
It's a mess. It's an absolute mess.
It's almost like the world wasn't prepared for a pandemic.
I mean, I feel more sorry for recent dental students that are graduating than anybody else, because not only do they suck already, they have to now work with all this shit on their face that it's just like another world. Oh, I forgot to bring my shield up. I have like this helmet that I wear. It's like a monstrous helmet.
Oh my God. Now, is it one of the 3D printed with the thing?
No. It's a weld. It's like a welding helmet.
Are you serious?
Except I have a bigger shield. I can see more, but I essentially can't like tilt my head around.
Yeah.
It's just like over my head. It's like a space helmet.
Yeah.
It's really bad. It's really hard to do surgery.
Dude, I can't. Yeah. I mean, I couldn't code with gloves on. Right? Like I couldn't do it. So, but anyways, have you been flying at all recently?
I have been flying a lot. I have actually this thing, which is the new Cinewalk thing, which is not really new. It's very typical that people will be able to recognize, but there's a couple very special things about this frame other than the way it looks. And there's some very special motors in there as well, which are the secret sauce as to what makes it fly so well.
Now, can you do freestyle with it?
Yeah, you can actually. It still
Really?
has. Oh yeah, it still has some washout, like a little bit of washout, and you still lose a little bit of attitude control when you're doing like sketchy things like dives and things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you if you look at my recent videos, I'm doing full acro with a Cinewhoop.
That's awesome. That's cool.
Oh, and actually today, Emu Flight is supposed to release their more recent code, which has the dynamic rates in it that are awesome. They're just amazing. It's beyond what I ever expected. Actually, I will go to my YouTube and put a link in the thing.
Put a link in the channel. So, you know, I had the interview with Steele. And there was one topic that we touched on, which was Cinewhoops in general. That I found surprising from that interview, and I kind of wanted to get your take on it. He had a very interesting perspective that the more useful type of drone for cinematography is going to be something on the order of like a 2 or 3 inch with rather small motors and something like a DK GoPro. That you can fly around in a crowded bar and get shots that would normally not be possible. What are your thoughts on that?
I completely agree. Okay. However, I don't see the DK GoPro thing growing too much because it's an absolute pain in the ass to do, and I just don't have the patience or the time to do it. Okay. On top of that, even when you put that stuff on a super light little 2-inch thing, you can't do anything more than really cruise around. It's not like you're trying to do anything more, but like this thing, the reason I've decided to stick to this for now until things like that become more easily doable is because this thing, the way I've designed, the way I put it together is I can smash this thing and rebuild the whole thing in 2 minutes because every piece comes apart so easily and it has so much more potential and abilities. And I don't have to take my GoPro apart. I have a massive TPU case on there. I have the Vista thing built into it. So I have like fantastic video for ungodly range. It flies for 5 minutes on this 1100 milliamp battery. It's the 6S version, 1100 milliamp battery. It's like, it's got everything I could want, and it has fantastic control, and it's super smooth and super stable. The one thing it sucks at is close quarters inside because the air recycles. So it starts to like yaw around a little bit, just like any Cinewhoop would. Yeah. Oh, wow. I recently broke it too. I just noticed. But it's okay, though, because I got more ducts just sitting here. They just screw on. They just screw on with 3 screws. That's how beautiful it is. So yeah, I definitely see that happening because more than anything else, it needs to appear safe. It has to appear safe. And if it appears safe, no one is going to complain. This thing that I got is actually significantly quieter than most Cinewhoops. Like the diatone thing that has the foam around it, that thing is the loudest Cinewhoop I've ever heard in my life. Okay. This is a lot quieter than that, but it still makes plenty of noise, but it's not offensive.
Is that because of the props, or is it because of the ducts, or?
It's actually because of the motors. When I switched the motors out, it made more difference than anything else. The ducts themselves, these ducts are made by inocfpv. There's some special things about it that make it work the way it does. But when you put these on, it makes it sound more like a handheld vacuum. Like it has that it sounds like a vacuum. It no longer sounds like a drone. So you don't. So even if you're listening for it, it doesn't sound like it's a drone. It sounds like something else. So even if somebody's aware what drones sound like, it doesn't sound normal. Yeah. And it's still so small. I mean, I can't post everything because people get upset at things. So I have flown it around, not crowded places, but around people that I haven't informed that I was flying around. And I'll fly by people like at waist level 3 feet away and they won't even notice it. So, and even if they do notice it, they're like, oh, what's that? Oh, whatever. They just keep going. Like it's completely unoffensive.
Yeah. So, you know, once I was talking, so, all right, so let me back up. Okay. All right. So at the end of last year for Christmas, my son wanted a Mobula 7. I got it for him. And I got it off Banggood because I couldn't find one here in the US. And yeah, no, I don't think Bob's wearing an Invisalign. He's got pretty teeth. Look, my teeth are awful. Yellow is sin. Terrible. Bob could
My
fix
teeth are no, they're actually yellow. It's just I have blue light all over me.
your blue light.
It looks blue and white.
So anyways, we got the long story short, we got the European version. We ordered another one, then we ordered another one, and then we fixed the European version by flashing the firm. It was nuts.
Oh yeah, I remember.
So at this point, we had like 3 Mobula 7s, and they were a blast. We had so much fun with them. They're now in pieces everywhere. Like, I mean, like I've got probably the equivalent of 6 Mobula 7s. We bought parts, we did all this stuff, and it got me. But they were so much fun to fly on 2S that I was like, I kind of want to build something that's like this, but can do HD and is more durable. And then I had the interview with Steel, and I was like, that's really interesting take on it. If you have a smaller, 2-inch ish drone with good HD, then why would you need a 5-inch? What is that?
That's a 2.5-inch. This is actually from this is from Banggood. This is a nutmeg copy from Banggood that I had them ask them to send me just to see what it was like, because this is actually molded. This is not printed.
I was going to ask about that. Yeah,
they used a print and then turned the print into well, they turned it into a low quality mold. Okay. And the thing is that they won't be able to get a high yield out of this thing, but they're selling this for like $70. $70 for this. Yeah, right, from a Banggood random copy quad.
Right.
But it's not a lot smaller than this. Like these are not that different.
Yeah, you're right.
While this looks like it's big and chunky, so far, I mean, I love Umagod. Umagod is awesome. Like I love doing whatever in person with him, but I haven't seen anything from his little platform that I can't do with my bigger one.
Okay.
So I appreciate those little ones, and the Dyson Mini actually came from Rimsler. I don't know why Rimsler doesn't have more subscribers. He should have a lot more subscribers. But I don't see. It's valuable in specific situations, but for any situation where you can at least talk to people and be like, hey, I can do a lot more with this platform, I don't see it being a problem to have a slightly larger platform.
Okay. All right. So now I had seen some of your now. Let me preface this with, I took like a hardcore social media break. Like I just basically disappeared by will. I interviewed Steel, and I sat on the Steel interview for like a month, and then finally released a little bit of it last week, and I've still got more to come. But I just disappeared off Facebook and everything. I had seen some of your posts of you flying, I think what you said were 1S.
I haven't advertised it much because I haven't. The 1S boards, the whoop boards that exist are terrible. They're so unreliable. I'm working on 4. One of them is coming this week just for testing. It's looking great. It has the potential to have Crossfire built in, or at least seemingly built into it. It has to be, Trappy has to say okay to it, but I don't see why he wouldn't. It's very possible to get a whoop board with Crossfire built in very soon.
That's cool. That's
why I haven't made any videos about it. We still can't keep anything in stock, but I'm hoping to get this final piece so that everything works properly. And then I will discuss some more, because the 1S stuff is so much fun, and it's so simple, and it's so easy to charge, and it's so quiet. You can do it anywhere.
I mean, it's funny. I just put my I put my 5-inch. Well, let me rephrase that. My son put my 5-inch back together today. He's like, wow. He's like, Dad. Oh no! Oh man, this is a good. This is a good story. He has wanted to build and build and build, and finally, I was like, "Go do it." We were recycling some old boards, and I had built one out for him, and the pads lifted. multiple pads lifted. It was pretty rough. It was a hand-me-down board that someone had given me, and I think there was just too much heat used on the initial solder, or when they were taking everything off. It was anyways. So he, with his own money, ordered one of the Maytech F7 boards that seems to be pretty decent, and he soldered everything together. And I was sitting here, he was sitting right there, and I looked at it, he looked at it. I said, man, I think you're good to go. Let's plug it in, see what happens. Neither one of us realized he had reversed the polarity on the battery
power
leads on the power. So it totally smoked the board. But I told him, I said, good thing is you have dad insurance. So we're gonna order a new one here in just a minute. All that to say, he finally built out his own drone, and I was like, today, playing dad, and we're having a good time. And we can't. My son, two sons, and I came out here. One was like working on some craft, and my other son was like, "Hey, can I build?" It's like, sure, go right ahead. What do you go? Make it happen. So he like repaired two, started a third. I was like, okay, so my drone's back in the air. So I went flying today with my Hero 8 for the first time. So, yeah, I know 5.0. I know, no smoke stopper. I know, but all right. Here's what I'm gonna do. Senor Bob, do you have anything else you want to say before?
Yeah, the steel interview came out at the perfect timing, because I was just talking to like 3 different clients that were asking, how legal is this? We want to tell the location that we are going to do this and that. And like, there's one, they want me to, because it's like COVID stuff and nobody's going to churches or anything. I've gotten response. There's one church that wants me to make like a marketing video for them. Mm-hmm. It's a crystal cathedral. They have a crystal garden, and they're like, "Can you shoot video around our crystal garden?" And I'm like, "Sure." I mean, I might run into some stuff, but it's fine. I could do it. It's gonna be okay. It's very rare, but it could happen.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I showed them that video, and I'm like, "This guy is the highest profile person in the industry." Mm-hmm. And he told you exactly what I just discussed with you over the phone, where it's best to do this on a Sunday morning when nobody's around, nobody's asking questions. It's going to take me 5 minutes and we'll be done.
Yep. Yeah, that's 100%.
Yeah. And that the cheapest possible way.
Yeah, that was in response to my question of how many times have you exploded? So, all right. We are going to... if you would like, it should be coming in just a second. You can jump in on the link that I just posted. Let's see. I think I can. I think there we go.
Right the live stream. Wait,
yeah, it's on the. Yeah, so people can come in. We're just going to hang out for a little bit. Aim for about, I don't know, have this wrapped up in an hour ish, less than an hour ish.
Are we not already on?
Yeah, no, we're on, but the people in the stream can join now too. So we're just gonna shoot the breeze, and all right, let's see. How do I? Okay, I can hide it now. Okay, very good. Yeah, but dude, I didn't want to fly for so long, for like 2 months, and then all of a sudden I was like, I don't know, about 2-3 days ago, I was like, I want to fly, and because the real last flight I had was I toasted my session 5, 507. I'm missing. You have devices not connected. When you get that sorted out, we will add you in. That flying Ryan. There we go.
What's up, guys?
How you doing, buddy?
You get that all as well.
We'll add you in. That flying Ryan. Okay, I'm gonna get you to mute your YouTube feed, and then we'll keep going.
Oh, that flying Ryan. Hey.
Yeah, that flying Ryan.
I didn't notice who it was. I was trying to figure out what your link is for.
All right. I think you're probably... Oh, you muted yourself. If you go to the actual YouTube page, you should be able to just mute the stream. Yeah, let's see. I got one. We got a Al Weaver.
Whoa!
And let's see. Who else is this? Sorry, it's behind my camera. CMS board.
I
You get
muted
it?
my screen because of the feedback. I had to go back.
There you go. All right. How's everybody doing?
Man, that's about ready to go to bed. This is awesome.
So, all right. Oh, CMS board. He pieced out. Goodbye, my friend. How are y'all doing? How are y'all handling your quarantinication?
Like this.
Wait, is that let's show it again. Is that a plus? How do you like that?
It's a 5-inch toothpick. Dave
Is it set up in a plus configuration?
This is the 4 and 5 inch that's coming. Well, that might it's the same thing. They're all the same damn thing now. Nothing's changed.
That's awesome.
Yeah. How many? Hold on. Go ahead.
I just want to say this is like a dream come true. I'm actually talking to you dudes. This is awesome.
Well, I've done this before, and it's super fun. And like, just have people on. Everybody can talk. We'll just move people through periodically, and that's it. You guys got questions for Bob, or, I mean, what do y'all want to know?
I'm honored.
Ask Bob about his tiara. That is amazing.
Oh, my tiara. Put my tiara on. It's my girlfriend's headband that works great for my hair.
Yes, it is spectacular.
Fire. You done anything with the Naked Hero 8s, Bob? Or
I haven't. I mean, I haven't done it myself. I've flown other people's, but the annoying thing is that it's too much work and it's too much liability to like crash and burn out the stupid all-in-one board or some other crap, and it's just a mess to get back together. It's just not worth it.
I mean, can you conformal coat those boards or anything like that? Or
it's not. They have the same. Well, I'm so. I apologize to Beta FPV and everybody that loves Beta FPV, but honestly, they have the most annoying failure rates. And when their stuff burns, it's done, totally done, and it's like so often that once you're done building this. When you're done building this like super delicate little thing, you plug it in and it randomly lights up and you're like, oh shit, well there it goes. Now I have to spend another hour and a half fixing this stupid thing. So I hate that. I can't deal with that.
Yeah, Beta FPV, who does the Mobula? That's Happy Model.
That's Happy. They're worse. I mean, there's no one manufacturer that's particularly good. The Mamba boards for the toothpicks have been pretty good, but nothing is perfect.
Gotcha.
An HDLRC too is just as bad. Their yeah.
All right, so let me just throw out for the folks that will come on or are on. I think you all are good. When you come on, mute your YouTube video. So mute the YouTube stream, and then if you have headphones, those will help out. But anyways, Turtle, how you doing, buddy?
Great. I just
is that a toothpick too?
It's not really a toothpick. It is an ultralight though. But I flew it earlier on 3S and it was great.
3S?
Yeah, it's 3200 kV. So
yeah, I'm going back to 3S also.
Are you really?
Yeah, my new motor is a 3450 kV, and it's made for 3S and 4S.
Is that like a 2004?
No, can't say. But it's awesome, and there's nothing out there like it.
Look, unless it weighs a kilogram and takes 4S or 6S, I'm not flying it.
I mean, okay, so this is the 4-inch frame that's coming, and it's really elegant. It holds DJI. It fits DJI really nicely. I have one that's built here, and you can see it's just one board and then one Vista unit, and there's nothing else in this thing. And it's 15. It has a 15 millimeter build height. Oh, wow. And this is a 4-inch that will have 5-inch arms also, and it'll use the same motors and the same drivetrain. So this is that $37 all-in-one board, the toothpick board, which I've been testing a lot, and I've been trying to get the company to improve a couple small things about it. And we're getting that in the store because it's been incredibly reliable. There's also a new Mamba board coming that's 4S 25 amps, but it'll really do like 45 amps. There's also a 20 by 20 all-in-one coming from Mamba that is a 6S 35 amps and 45 amps burst. So, I mean, I hope it's cheap, but it'll be a high liability board to run. but it's interesting, and it's nice to see this stuff coming finally, because we can squeeze them into smaller platforms much easier.
All right, so it's a $37 all-in-one. That's ESC's.
Yeah,
Everything?
it's $37.50. It's a toothpick board. It's got a hell of it. It's a 30 amp 4S all-in-one. People know about it. It's a well-known board at this point.
Look, I've been hiding under a rock. I'm sorry. I got to go.
No, it's fine. It's just that before I endorsed it, I had to test it really well.
Yeah.
Make sure it holds up. It's in that platform, it's in this Cinewop thing, and it's the only thing I run on anything smaller than 5-inch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just like
Rollins, you just got kids, man.
But it's funny because this is 2700 kV motors from T-Motor, and I originally built this for 6S because I wanted something that could freestyle, right? Mm-hmm. So I went that route. I was one of the first guys to actually start pushing that 6S squirt type movement. And it's funny now, I've been flying this thing really heavy on 4S, and I'm considering going to 3S now.
Yeah, that's the same thing on mine. I'm going down. I ordered 1,000 4S batteries, and I told them to stop it. Let's move to 3S instead because it's better on 3S. It's easier to fly.
It's just like 6S is outside. It's like awesome, but inside anything. Way too much to throttle. It's just up and down.
Yeah.
And then 4S is like right there, but you're still trying to hold that sweet line. I think 3S.
The trouble you're getting is that the motors and whatever you have access to right now, they are the ones that are screwing up throttle control. So like the systems and the props and the ducts and the motors and everything that I have, it's perfect throttle control. It doesn't matter what S you run, it's totally solved. But what isn't solved is the yaw lock. If you're like in recycling close quarters, if the air is recycling, you'll still get yaw twist a little bit. But everything else is totally solved, 100% solved on a regular Cinewop platform.
Yeah.
Can you just chop the throttle, or does that not work?
It does work, but the trouble is that the throttle, the altitude control is still wonky because you'll give it a little throttle and it'll jump, or it'll do nothing, or it'll drop and you'll give it a little throttle to stop it from dropping and it'll just shoot up, or it won't do anything.
It reduces your resolution.
It's unpredictable. It's completely unpredictable.
Yeah.
The biggest thing I get with the squirts, like when I go to dive it, if I come out of the dive too hard, it'll like just go into this hard yaw, and you can tell like FC's like maxing out all the motors, and at that point, once it goes into that, it's like almost a guarantee you're gonna crash it. Like trying the full save it, forget it.
Mine still does that if you push it too hard, but you don't crash. You'll never crash. Like you can always pull out of it. It's just twisting a little bit. It's annoying.
Yeah.
So it's like almost fully solved.
It's funny though. You learn how to like what to look for when you're flying, and how to not get into that, and how to like spiral out of it, still make it look clean.
Yeah. So many times I'm like, okay, I know it's gonna twist right. I'll just go with it.
Yeah.
All right, so we have Will FPV. How are you doing, Will?
Good.
Will, all right, so Will, all right, show it again.
A glide.
Oh, so wait, are you a Bob Roogi fan?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Is it weird? Is it weird to see his face, or would you rather just see his hands?
Yeah, but his hands are all over the product photos everywhere.
You would think he would take better care of his hands since we all see him.
Oh, I try,
but geez, man. Can you go get a manicure periodically, Bob? I mean, would that
my girlfriend
does
take me. She takes me occasionally.
Dude, you want to hear something hilarious?
I'd love to.
I almost wrote you personally, Bob, because your fingers, like, I don't know, I feel kind of embarrassed to say it now, but my dad was having heart trouble.
Yeah, I know.
And I guess in your fingernails, if your cuticles are rounded, that's a little. I mean, you probably already know, being a DDS or whatever you are, but yeah, that can be a sign of heart trouble. And I was like, oh man, should I tell this dude? I don't even know this dude.
Am I in bad shape here?
No, that's fine.
Oh, good. I just wanted to check.
Fingers are different.
Everybody, check your fingers.
It's
I
because
have to watch
my
mine.
fingers. It's called clubbing of the fingers, and it's like when
Yeah.
they're rounded, and
okay.
the ends of your fingers look like they're bigger than the rest of the finger.
Yeah.
Like your fingers are
That is
supposed to
my
taper
dad's
down.
thing.
Yeah,
I got
I
you.
know,
Okay.
but I haven't had any issues. I'm fine.
Okay. He looks
good.
healthy, so.
I'm glad to hear that.
All right, so we have 2 folks waiting. So we got Duck FPV and Out of Time FPV. Al and Mr. Ryan, do you mind if I move y'all out for a little while?
That sounds good, man.
All right, I appreciate y'all hanging out. It's
Mike
it's
sent
been
me
fun.
a personal message at Ryan Stagger on Facebook. I would like to chat it up with you.
Yeah, definitely. Have you sent me a message yet?
I've tried to, but you haven't added me as a friend, to be honest.
Yeah, dude, I get a lot of messages. Send me another one, and we'll make it happen.
I'll work on that right now.
All right, on Messenger. That's way easier.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Talk to y'all soon.
Ciao.
All right,
Thanks
hold
for
on.
the-
I gotta. Let's see. There we go. And Mr. Weaver. All right, and we have Duck FPV, who is sideways, and we have Out of Time, who is upside down. How are y'all doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you guys?
We're doing okay, man. I see some guitars on the wall. I like those. What you got?
Strat and Strat.
Nice.
A bit of contrast from the FPV scene, so I thought it would be nice for a set.
Yeah. So what kind of music do you play?
Oh, everything.
Everything. What's your favorite?
Probably jazz. A lot of people want me to play jazz. So
Really?
that's what I'm doing.
That's cool. So my oldest son's been learning how to play, and it's pissing me off because he sat down and just immediately started playing and singing. He's been playing for 4 months. He already knows, I think, more songs by heart than I do. And I am pretty sure he's going to be better than me by like month 6. Like, damn it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man, I've played for decades. And then who is our, let's see, we've got, Duck is out. Duck is out. Where did Mr. Duck go? Okay, Duck is out. I don't think he realized he was on the actual, let's see. Let me drop this link in here. Okay, so anybody have questions for Bob or me?
I'm like the celebrity here.
Yeah, you are the celebrity. You're the, I mean, look.
That's so nice.
Quite frankly, okay. All right, hold on. All right, Turtle, I'm going to ask you a question. Are you ready? Did you floss today?
Oh.
Not yet. I probably will now.
Okay, Turtle, I'm going to ask, yeah, are you going to floss today?
Definitely. I will now.
Okay. Let's see. Will, have you flossed today?
I'm guilty of not. I will today.
Oh, man, I'll tell you what. All right, Will, are you going to floss at the end of this call?
Yes.
Okay, very good. And then Out of Time, did you floss today?
I'm kind of scared to answer that question. I kind of want to talk about it.
Very important.
It is very important. Remy, did you floss?
Hey, no, not yet.
You did not floss.
I probably
Okay, all
will
right.
before
Well,
bed.
I think we are all guilty except for Bob of not flossing. So we should all, at the end of this cast, immediately get up from where we are and go floss our teeth. I think, you know. And as a 42-year-old dude who has terrible teeth, all of my dentists told me that if I didn't floss, I would hate myself. And now I have enough crowns to be an emperor. So I can tell you, when you get used to going to the endodontist to get a root canal,
Oh man,
that's bad news. That's bad news. When that's like normal, that's not good. So
no, I'm sorry.
Bob and I can no longer be friends.
No, it's fine. It's just that these days, because we have access to implants and so much surgical stuff,
Yeah.
I almost prefer to take teeth out rather than going the root canal route. Unless it's like really like prophylactic root canal, I'll just take the tooth out and aim for an implant.
What's the I'm just gonna ask in what's the cost ratio? Like, how close does an implant to a?
It's the same. So an implant in my office is, without the extraction of the bone grafting or anything, it's $1,500 finished.
Okay.
$1,495 for everything. So the implant, crown, the connecting piece, the abutment, everything together, It's 1,500. You'll pay 1,500 for just a root canal, and then another 1,200 or $1,000 for a crown. So it's almost cheaper to go the implant route.
Yeah. Well, looks like most of our other viewers are young, so you guys should listen up and don't screw your teeth up. I think Out of Time is going to have a problem because he's upside down all the time. But Out of Time, we actually see you.
I see him right side up.
Oh, you see him right side up. He's upside down for me. That's pretty.
It's showing right side up for everybody else too. So I'm like,
I get the special treatment. All right, Remy Tim, tell me, man, what do you fly? Do you have a toothpick?
I do not. I don't have any FPV cycle equipment at the moment, but I'm looking to get into the Cinewhoop game, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to approach that. I've been moving my 5-inch game more towards cinematic, and I've done a little bit of 7-inch like mountain surfing stuff, and so the smaller stuff definitely intrigues me. But I actually had a question. I wanted to know what you see as the advantage of keeping things under 250 grams, other than just.
That's a great question.
Yeah,
that's a great question. I think this number that people are obsessed over is pointless. It's the most pointless thing ever. The FAA pulled this pointless number out of a hat, which actually came from World War II, when some random German engineer was like, our cannons or whatever, cannonballs need to be more than 250 grams or else they're not like effective in killing people or some crap like that. And so that's where they pulled this. Yeah, that's where they pulled the 2 sticks of butter thing from. They're like, okay, 2 sticks of butter are about 250 grams. Let's call it that. And that's where it came from. And so it's totally bogus for people to be trying to stay under 250 because they're just sacrificing so much performance and everything else just for the sake of 250 grams. It's pointless. There's no plus. Is it with battery? Is it without battery? It's completely arbitrary. If someone catches you, if you're flying a 100-gram quad and you're doing stupid things, you're still going to go to jail or whatever they're going to do to you. It's not going to matter if it's 250 grams or not. If you hit someone in the head going 90 miles per hour, it's still a problem. So it's just you got to be conscious of it. There's nothing to do with the stupid weight.
So when you're designing a frame or something like that, or building a quad yourself, what do you typically aim for in terms of weight? I guess it depends on the purpose of the build, right?
Yeah, it totally depends on the purpose. So for like this Cinewhoop thing, my target is under 540 grams, which is massive for 3-inch props. But it's also not really designed for going crazy, but it will if I want it to. It's very powerful. It's very capable of doing whatever acro moves I want. It won't dive very well fully, but it'll do anything I need. And I just have to live with it because I have to carry a GoPro, and it's got to be up front without anything in view of the GoPro. So it's just like, it is what it is. But with smaller things, I will definitely cut back. With toothpick platforms, like 100, 120 grams is really the limit before it stops getting fun. But once you go up to like 4-inch, you have so much headroom. You can just keep adding power, and it kind of like makes up for a lot of it. And once you reach 5-inch, then it's a whole nother story. Like you can go the light performance route, but then you're really limiting what you can do with it because you can only carry like a Session 5. You can't carry a Hero 8 very well, and it's just like, okay, well, it's fun to fly, but I can't use it for much. And so after doing this stuff for 5-6 years, you're just like, okay, well, I can do whatever I could ever want to do. Let's try to move towards like photography, cinematography, something else to challenge yourself.
The 4 or 5 years I've been flying, I've never weighed a quad.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It doesn't even matter. Like, it really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the weight is. It matters if you think about the weight at all when you're building the darn thing. If you're like, oh yeah, let's strap a rock to the side of the quad, well, obviously it's not a good idea. But you're conscious of, okay.
So they like put like all their specs down and then their weight next to it and add it up, and they're like crazy. But I'm like, dude, like I just want the right parts that I want. I don't care what the weight is, you know. As long as it flies good, that's what I care about.
Yeah, as long as the ESCs don't pop as soon as you throttle up.
That's a big one.
Right. That is a big one.
So this is the new cinematic platform that I've been using for all whatever shoots I've been doing lately, and it's performing great. And the whole concept of this is to put the camera front and center. and get the camera weight in line with the battery weight so that your roll performance improves a lot. Your flip performance is a little bit less because it's a wide X, but we're not really doing flips when we're shooting anything, so it's not really an issue. And then the camera, the FPV camera, is on the bottom here, and that's so that you can actually see where you are with respect to the ground, and you can't hit your props anymore.
Is that
DJI? Yeah, this is this. I only fly DJI stuff on anything bigger now. I don't even fly analog. It's so good that I can't even get away from it.
My damn rapid fire just burned out yesterday, so now I've kind of got to. I guess go back to my old receiver and just kind of keep a little saving here.
Well, I don't know if they're going to come up with something new soon, but they've been doing so well on the software. So damn well on the software. It's incredible. So it's hard for me to use anything else now.
I've flown the DJI and I was really impressed on my buddy's setup. He was like, go over here, go, and like confidently saying it, like,
right.
Go over there, go behind this, go there, check this out. And I was just like, what? Like, I know for a fact I cannot do that with my analog, you know?
Right. Look at this. So I've been talking to the people that make the antennas for these things to try and get a longer antenna, because this stupid little antenna for the Vista is useless. I mean, I put my battery here. Look where that antenna is. If I turn the quad around, you can't even see the antenna.
Done. Yeah, you need at least 3 more inches on there. 2 more.
But it doesn't care. I still fly like half a mile away, low to the ground. It just doesn't care. It's incredible.
That is awesome.
But yeah, we have antennas coming that are 3 times the length, so it'll be like up here.
Are you primarily using the Vista, or do you still use the Air unit?
Only the Vista. I don't have any Air units left. Yeah, only the Vista. The Air unit is too big.
If you're flying a GoPro, why do you want to record your DVR or whatever, you know? Like,
plus, it's not useful, the DVR. I mean, it might be useful for people to like review their own footage, but it's not useful for anything else. So it's pointless for me.
Hey, Will.
Plus, the goggles record it. The goggles do a great job.
The goggles, you can record from the goggles, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
Hold on just a sec. Will, I thought you were going to ask a question. Did you have a question you wanted to ask?
No, I was just saying I wish I could afford DJI.
Oh man, me too.
Yeah,
dude,
that's where we're all at.
Way, man, it's a pretty penny when you go to DJI.
Yeah.
Look, I got
the beauty about analog. You buy a part today, next week you get paid. You buy another part. Nah, DJI is like, give me all your money now.
Yeah.
All right, so Will, Ryan, I'm gonna move you back out, but you can hang out, dude. Let's see, where are you? Here you are, and we're adding Rithik. You were in the stream, sir.
How are y'all doing?
Doing well. How are you?
Doing fine.
Do you have any questions for Will?
Not in particular.
Oh,
I should go get a camera, but I'm on my desktop right now. That doesn't work out.
Yeah, you're fine. That's not a big deal. We can hear you. And truth be told, and this is a YouTube secret. If you can have crap video but really good audio, take the good audio. But if you have really good video but crap audio, you're not going to do anything. So that's why Bob can get away with what he does, because his mouth is this far from the mic on his phone.
It's still crap.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll show you.
Your voice does sound pretty freaking good in every single video. No joke.
Really?
It does. Yes, it does.
It sounds
it's
pretty
really
bassy. Yeah.
especially when you're recording inside.
As
it really does.
engineer,
I mean, my new place is empty. It's empty. It's got so much echo.
Well,
I
now-
keep
Yeah,
listening
it does
to
have
you're
the echo,
echoing now.
but the echo sounds kind of good sometimes, in my opinion at least.
So one of these random developers that actually a Kickstarter, a Chinese company, sent me this mic. It's called Smart Mic. And unfortunately, it doesn't work while I record videos, but anything that I do a voiceover, I use this mic, and it's actually really good. It's surprisingly good. It's a Bluetooth mic, and it just works really nicely.
That's cool.
So I actually have a video that I'm waiting to launch very soon, probably in the next couple minutes when they update it. It's the dynamic rates video for Emu Flight, and that was all recorded with this mic, it's impressive that it's actually as good as it is.
All right, I want to go around real quick. I want to ask DJI or analog and Beta Flight, Emu Flight, whatever your flight controller. So Will, you go first. We know you don't have DJI.
Yeah. I've been using Betaflight 4.1. I really like
Okay.
the RPM filters. I turn the filters really low, and there's just like no prop wash. So I've been using that. I used to use Flight 1 I tried it a little bit, but I had a lot of issues with Falco X, like the OSD not working. So yeah, I just been sticking to Betaflight.
Okay. What about you, my good friend out of time?
I have been religiously on Betaflight for the past 2 years now, and Betaflight only. I've tried everything. I did KISS V1, KISS V2, Flight 1, Race Flight, back when it was called Race Flight. And nothing is as easy as setting up as Betaflight, in my opinion. Flight 1 is designed to be easy, but I've always had a problem somewhere that completely wrecks everything, and I've always had hardware issues too. Like the flight controllers don't last any more than a few weeks for me.
Yeah, definitely.
And then as far as DJI or analog,
nope. Did we lose him?
So
there you go. Oh, you've got DJI. Oh, you're still on analog. Okay.
Yeah, it's a little
sorry. You cut out for a second. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Look, I'm gonna pause right here for a second. Ryan and Al, I'm gonna move you guys out completely because we got other folks trying to come in. And sorry, I'm kicking you. It's not because I don't love you. You guys are great. And then Will and there we go. Sorry, my camera is right in front of my screen. Will, I'm going to move you out in just a second. We're going to move Terik in. So thank you for coming along, Will. I appreciate it, buddy. All right, later, buddy. Oh, all right, y'all keep talking. There we go. Okay. So we're talking. I think we're at Tim now. Hey, buddy, how you doing, Terik?
Good. How you doing, man?
Doing all right. All right. Well, hold on. We'll get to you in just a sec. So, Tim, DJI and what, or analog or DJI, and what is your?
Yeah. I'm still on analog. Although I've had issues with my HDOs over the last 2 months, so I might find a reason to switch. If I can find the money to switch. And then I've been on Betaflight for a long time. I gave Race Flight a try back around the time where they were switching from, right around the time they were doing the name change from Race Flight to Flight 1. And again, just had hardware issues. The ESCs and the flight controllers just didn't seem to last. But Betaflight all the way at this point.
Okay. Rithik, what about you, buddy?
I actually run DJI. I used to run analog until October, but since then DJI has been away, and I've been trying to switch everything over except for my wing. I primarily run Betaflight 4.1, and I mean, honestly, I tried EmuFlight once, and Beta stock 4.1 flew better than EmuFlight, and the sliders are super easy to move with 4.1. It's so seamless and easy to use that's just what I've been using.
All right. What about you, Terik? Are you DJI or analog, or and what's your flight controller or flight software?
Oh, I'm still running analog.
Okay.
With the Foxtrot Wildfire receiver. It's okay. I just again, I got so used to flying analog that I don't even want to try the DJI stuff yet.
It'll ruin you.
Yeah. I'm running Betaflight 4.2 RC1 on mine.
How's that worked out for you?
It flies pretty good. I like the sliders. I'm running on, I have a BQE Bandolero somewhere around here. I've run Crossfire Shot 4.2 RC1 on that one, and it flies amazing, man. It feels like almost like a micro. I could do really tight proximity stuff in it. It just feels great. And then my Glide Hammer, which is a great frame, Bob. Thank you for putting that out. I waited a long time for this.
It's just tight to get together. It's really tight to get together the first time.
Yeah.
I noticed that with Cineglide too. Really rules.
On both of my Glide Hammers, I fly the same thing as 4.2 RC1. One of them is on FR Sky. The other one is on Crossfire Shot as well. And this thing with the HQ quad blade. I tried the Umagod ones first, and they were lacking so much power down low. But then I saw a review on these, and dude, it feels like I'm flying a 2-inch inside of a playground.
Yeah.
Is what it feels like. It's great, man. So that's what I'm on.
All right. Out of time. Thank you, sir. I'm gonna move you out. We're gonna move a few other people in, but I appreciate you coming along. And hey, man, keep jamming.
All right. Thanks for having me.
All right, buddy. Talk to you later. Bye. All right. And Krunked, you are up. Oh, wait. I said he was up. There he is right there.
What
Sorry. I
up?
forgot to add you. How you doing, buddy?
What's going on?
How are you?
I'm just putting the top plate on a Source One right now, you know.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm analog. I got 9 KISS quads and 10 Betaflight quads. Crossfire. Analog, like I just said, because it's a little expensive to get a bunch of Vistas for that many quads, and just nah.
So what you're telling me is that you have a drone problem.
Yeah.
I
I sit on Discord and help a lot of people tune a lot.
Yeah, I hear you, dude.
And I'm on 4.2. I've been on 4.2 for 2 or 3 months, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, just got everything tuned up nice and tight. Doing my thing.
Dude, that's awesome.
Love it. Oh, I got the glide in the mail, Bob. That's coming tomorrow.
All right, I'm gonna ask a stupid user question, and this is shameful and awful, and probably tells everybody that I'm not really an FPV flyer. I've never tuned a quad, so why should I, and what would I get if I did?
Totally locked in, and something that basically does exactly what you tell it to do, and perfectly. That's why I love it, because I started with KISS. I came from KISS. That shit's locked in as tight as a pickle jar. And I went to Betaflight, and it never works. It never stock works. So I went to RPM filtering, and I turn off basically all the filters, look at some black box logs, and then just tune that thing in tight. Turn up the D gains, turn down the filters, and juicy is what I like. I fly like steel. If you'd ever seen in my videos, I fly a lot like steel does.
The only person, and by the way, Terik, I've got you muted. My apologies. There's just some feedback coming through, but if you want to say something, just kind of wave at me and I'll unmute you. I don't know if y'all, this was a while ago. Steel sent a tuned quad to Onigiri. And she made the mention, she said that the difference, just having the tuned quad, one that was set up, tuned, everything specific for Mr. Steele, she said it completely improved her flying ability. And I don't know that I've ever experienced the locked in-ness of anything. I've never really tried tuning. But it definitely, at some point, maybe one day, what I should probably do is get my son to learn how to do it. And then he can tune all my quads. I think that might actually be what I should do. So
for me, one of the biggest things I noticed when I actually tried to tune my quad was prop wash handling. By far the biggest difference. Once I tuned it on 4.1, prop wash was completely gone. Although it flew very similarly, once prop wash was gone, you anytime you pull out of a tight corner and you try to do some crazy trick, your drone would have no issue doing it with no stutter. So that's by far my most favorite thing of tuning.
Well, good talking to you, Bob. My baby's crying. I gotta go. Talk to you guys later.
All right, Krunk. Thank you, buddy.
Thanks, dude.
And Tim, I'm gonna go ahead and move you out too, buddy. I appreciate you coming along. We've got a couple other people waiting. So
yeah, thanks.
Peace out, brother. Thank you. All right, we have Lewis and we have PJ. How are y'all doing?
Hey guys.
How you going?
How are y'all?
Doing well. Staying
very
safe
good.
in the times of the big C.
Yes. Do you know Terik?
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Hi,
I thought I
Terik.
heard the big.
No.
Hi, Terik. This is PJ. PJ, meet Terik. I'm glad that we could make this introduction.
Hello, nice to
I hope everybody gets along. Maybe y'all can go fly together. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, that's impossible. I
Bring
live in
Bob
Australia.
along. Big fan of Bob.
I'm a big fan of Bob too. I like Bob.
Aren't we all?
Thank you so much.
Yes, he is. He is. I remember the first time I ever got to really listen to Bob. I thought to myself, I was like, either this guy is really smart, or he is able to feed the best line of BS that I have ever heard in my entire
I
life.
agree with that one.
Both.
And you
It's
still
both.
don't
Yeah, I
know
reckon
which
it's
it is.
And you still don't know
Favorite
what it is. Yeah, it's like,
I
man,
don't
but
even know
really
what
like
it
talking
is.
to him.
Favorite video, still the Ford Kia video.
Yeah, no. You know what's interesting is that I put that video up so long ago, and I think I made like $300 YouTube money off of it over the years before they stopped paying me because it was like copyright infringement or something.
Oh my gosh.
That's actually pretty crazy. That thing has by far the most views on your channel.
Yeah, well,
I don't know that I've seen this. What is this video?
So Ford made a Kia, and then made a crappy little car that they made a sports version, and they wanted to call it like the evil twin of the other regular version. So they made a couple of commercials that were really like genius about this car that kind of attacks society, which is just like a bird and a cat and some random things. And I thought it was just a really ingenious commercial that I came across, and I just put it on. It's the first video I put on YouTube because I'm like, oh, what is YouTube? This is interesting, and let's try it.
Well, there you go. All right, so PJ and Lewis, do either of you have any questions for Bob or me? But I'm not really that good to talk to, so.
When are you going to do some more 7-inch stuff?
It's coming. So the strategy has been to the micro stuff is fun. It's really good. It's also quicker to develop and easier to get going because it doesn't cost as much to get each individual part. So we're using that to kind of build up funds so we can move to bigger stuff. So the next wave of stuff that's coming is there's the Cinewhoop plus 2 other 4-inch platforms that will also do 5-inch with a very special motor that is specifically made for the Cinewhoop, but works great on 4-inch and 5-inch. It's ideally for 4-inch and 5-inch. And then there's a couple of 5-inch motors that I'm just about to get the prototypes for to test. And then there's a new 5-inch frame coming, a new 5-inch racing frame coming. And once those come and are all out there and good, then I'll start moving into the 7-inch. But the direction I'm going, so getting back to like all the BS that I kind of pull, I am kind of flipping my own concepts on their head because I just went back to like what I originally used to think, that just made sense, and started testing motors in various sizes and things that had never been tested before, had never even been considered. So I'm moving in a direction that is so drastically different from anything that has been seen so far that the 7-inch will be very different than what anybody would imagine at this point. It's just not going to be what anybody thinks.
Just one more question regarding the motors for 7-inch, 28 by 6. But would you do 1300 kV or like a 1700 kV on a 6S?
I'd always aim for the higher kV. So the thing about kV is that people think that lower kV is more torque. It's actually the total opposite. Lower kV is way less torque. Higher kV is more torque because the motor is naturally trying to pull more power to get the thing spinning. But if you have too much kV, then you do start losing torque, and it's not good. And this is what you see on like a tiny little 0803 motor trying to spin like a massive 2-inch, 2.5-inch prop, where the throttle just feels like an on-off switch because it's either on or off, and the motor can't keep spinning faster and faster. So ideally, all motors would be tuned and set to one specific kV and only one specific kV. And then the rest of the time, we would only be doing throttle cuts to change the voltage we're running through the motor. And that's more ideal. That's much more ideal than changing your kV for the battery that you're running on the motor.
Because at the moment, I'm running a 1300 and a 1700, and I'm finding my flight times a lot longer on the 1300. But because I fly here in Australia, everything's just flat, so I got no mountains to climb up and down. So I get better flight times on the 1300 though.
One thing you can do, sorry, if you if you just set a throttle limit to like 85,
Yeah, it
although
is
that's
at 85
reducing
now.
effective kV, you can also, if you just pay attention to your throttle and you don't ever pull like too much current, it's really easy to get the same flight time. I tried both 1300 and 1700 on an FR7 frame. It's my high-speed cruiser. It flies like a dream now. Same flight time, but if you want that extra edge, you can get that with the 1700. You can't do that with 1300.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm flying at like 45% throttle, and I got an 85% cap on it.
So, Terik, I thought I saw you asking a question.
Yeah. Do you think? I mean, are you guys talking about, because my mic was kind of breaking, well, the speaker was kind of breaking up. Are you guys talking about a throttle cut or a throttle cap or motor percentage output? Because I've been running. I have.
Well, Betaflight has this. I can't hear you. Is it working? So Betaflight has the throttle percentage scale. It doesn't cut off access to the rest of the motor performance from the flight controller. It just cuts off your control input, as far as I know. I don't know if it does or not, but that's what it seems like. So it's the same as like reducing your throttle endpoint in your controller in OpenTX or whatever you're using. So it's the same thing. And like throttle cuts are so useful because now you can just have like 50 of the same motor and it doesn't matter what you're doing with it, just throttle cut it if you need.
Yeah. The other thing I noticed is like I run 1600s now instead of the 22s or 2700 milliamp batteries for the same that same flight time.
You mean on the lower kV?
Yeah. So on
Well, yeah.
1300s and 1700s.
Yeah, you're getting the same flight time. You're just not getting the same performance. So it makes sense. It's about right.
Yeah. Because I don't notice the performance because, like I said, I fly flat ground.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Would it make sense to? What I've been doing lately is running. It's a different setup, but I'm running the Hyperlight E. They're 25, 22 kV, and I wanted to switch over to 6S. So I put the motor output limit to, I want to say 72%, and it flies amazing. You know, but do you think it's better to run a throttle cut in that situation, or what I'm doing right now with the motor? And plus, I guess I saw a tutorial where my quad could run at the full 25, 22 kV with the 4S, but when I plug in a 6S, it'll automatically flip to a different profile and run lower motor output. And that, I think I want to say, I only saw it on 4.2. I never tried it on 4.1. I don't know if it's there, but that might be another option for him to try because it works really well for me.
I still like to have the motor be close to the battery that you're going to be running, but yeah, that's fine. Once you start throttle cutting more than about 60%, like 75, 60%, it starts getting a little wonky. Things start changing differently when you compare it to just a lower kV option. But up to that, I found, I mean, I can't describe why any of this is happening in the math or whatever, but in real world use, comparing these things, I find no difference, really no difference in just dropping your kV by doing a throttle cut. The one main difference is that you'll still get voltage spikes that are way, way sky high because the flight controller has access to all that kV.
All right, hold on. Let me pause this right here. Rithik, thank you, sir. I'm going to move you out. We're going to move our last guest in. I appreciate it, buddy.
Have a good one. Stay safe.
You too, man. And we've got Rodent FPV. Welcome to the stream. All right. While we wait for him to come, him or her.
Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing all right, buddy. How's life treating you in the quarantine-ication?
Pretty fine.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. All right, hold on just 1 second. Terik, thank you for joining us, sir. I really appreciate you. Hey, next time if we do it again, bring some headphones. It'll make it easier, I promise. All right, buddy.
Okay.
I'm moving you out.
Later, Mike. Later.
And welcome, Jeremy. I know that man.
What's up, Mike?
How you doing?
Hey,
all
Bob.
right. So,
how's it going?
Hello?
Hey, you probably don't recognize my face, but I always stalk you on
yeah.
Facebook Messenger with the videos of Arizona.
I recognize you.
Okay. So how's it going, guys?
Doing all right. How are you doing?
Pretty good. Enjoying the 102 degrees today.
Yeah, we had we went to the bay and it was 66 and the water was cold, but we still swam.
Last week it was 105.
Oof.
Yeah,
but we still got.
But it's a dry heat. It's a dry heat.
Yeah. We just get up to go flying like 5 o'clock in the morning. Get out there and be done by 9 o'clock. Get back in the AC. So that's what we have to do. But the turnabout is like during the winter time, we're wearing shorts and it's like 73 degrees.
Yeah, because it is not. We get. Let's see. Here we get. We'll get down to the 30s sometimes in the winter. And then we get up to the triple digits in the summer, but we also get just extraordinarily high humidity. So
yeah, you can keep that.
Yeah.
I don't understand what you're talking about when you say that.
Say again?
I don't understand when you talk about when you say that.
Oh man, hold on. Celsius. Someone do hold on. Wait, I'm going to Google it.
Here for me, it's like we get down to 0. And then we get into like mid 40s, like when it's stinking hot.
Okay, so 100 degrees Celsius
40s is like the 90s.
No. 100 degrees Fahrenheit is 37 degrees Celsius.
Yeah. They get hot there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's warm. 40 would be very warm.
Yeah, we get up to about 45s.
Wow. Now is it like humid or is it like where I don't even know what part of Australia you're in. I know Australia is a tiny place, so
oh yeah, it's very small. Yeah, no, it's very dry because I'm probably 6 hours away from the closest ocean.
Yeah. Okay, so you're towards the middle of Australia.
Yeah, high in Victoria.
Okay,
which is the bottom state.
Yep. Australia's I've never been. I would like to go one day. Not only is the accent cool, but everything tries to kill you. Say again?
Unless you like everything brown 99% of the time, it's all right.
Right? All right, so hold on. Roden, you didn't get a chance to talk very much. I just wanted to see how you're doing. And Jeremy and Roden, both of you, I want to get the answer of, are you flying analog or DJI? And what flight controller software are you flying? So Roden, you go first.
I'm flying analog, and I use Betaflight 4.2 on one quad and 4.1 on another.
Okay. And then Jeremy, what about you?
Analog. It's just, you ever seen the movie Pacific Rim where analog saved the world? and I have buddies that have the DJI, and it's like incredible.
Yeah,
but,
it is.
I'm kind of the mindset where I'm doing a specific thing, and my analog has never failed me. And it's like when we fly out far, if you drop it, you're not getting it back.
Yeah.
So
the digital.
Yeah. Well, and I'm not saying digital's not there. It's just when I fly a quad 2 miles out, I just don't fly it. I do I test it, multiple packs, and then I go fly it like a half mile, a mile and a half, and I put it through the ringer, and then I fully send it. And it's always been with analog. On some of my quads, I got $900 flying through the air.
I'm the exact opposite. when I fly analog out 3Ks, like all the static breaks up, it sort of scares me a bit. But with the digital now, like with the signal strength I get, as long as I keep an eye on the bit rate and then on the focus mode on the side, I'm fine. I love it. It's nice and clear.
Hold on. Let me stop. PJ, I don't know that I asked you the same question. Do you fly analog or digital, and what's your flight controller software?
That is a great question. So actually the whole FPV world, I have kind of been brought in through osmosis of listening to my husband watch for hours and hours a night. So I actually fly whatever he will let me. And mostly I play around.
Time out. Hold on. Time out. Time out.
Bugs, and that's about it for me.
No, the thing you don't understand is that he flies whatever you let him. That is actually how it is.
Happy to support his hobby. He's learned so much. He's teaching the kids electronics. It's been amazing for the whole family. I mean, our 10-year-old is into it. Our 9-year-old's starting to build his own now, and it's been great. So I'm fully supportive of this.
Yeah, that's
I listen to you guys talk all the time, and so it's just cool to be part of this.
I got busted the other week from an order I got, and they sent me all these nice extras from Phaser FPV here in Australia. And they sent me like a battery and a bunch of props and all that. They said on the note, thank you for your 40th order. And it's like I said to the missus, I said, oh, yeah, look at this. They gave me all this free stuff. And the wife goes, yeah, but you made 40 orders.
40 orders.
I'm not going to lie. His workshop looks like a hobby shop. The amount of packages of props building up.
Yeah, we did. We went through. So this place is just packed full of crap, and we went through and just basically took everything that we weren't ever going to use, put it into. I thought it was going to fit in like one box, and it turned out to fit into like 7 boxes, and then gave it to the guy that kind of runs the local community, Carlton Bennett. And just told him, hey, take this, give it out to anybody that's starting. And it's a lot of it has gone to good homes, which is good. So, and it's not, it's not the most modern stuff. There's a lot of F3 controllers and old, even some dip switch, VTXs and stuff like that. But it's a way to get started. So
you might be hurting more than you're helping with those.
With the dip switches, I kind of agree. The F3 controllers are good up till beta. They're up till beta flight 4.0. They don't go to 4.1 because they were the X-Racer F303s.
I still run the original Hobby Wing stack, dude, and it rocks.
Yeah, I mean,
F1s are fine too. F1 flight controllers work great.
Video. Yeah, I watched that video where you ran an F1. You're like, what? But yeah, I run a lot of old stuff, dude. You know what I learned? There's a big, huge hype train. You know, and you got to be careful because I spend more time flying than I do even look at beta flight and all the features. When something works right, I throw some expo in it, I tune it, I throw my rates, and I'm good. I
have to agree with that. Like with all this hype stuff, I've bought so much crap over the years.
Oh, yeah.
It's unbelievable. And now it's like I listen to reviews, but I don't listen to them, sort of thing. Like I just end up buying now to make up my own point of view.
Yeah, that's the hype train is a real thing. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate everybody that came out tonight. This has been fun. Thank you to Bob, who guest. He didn't even know it.
Thanks, Bob.
I messaged Bob this morning. I was like, hey, you want to come on? Let's do a live stream. He's like, yeah, sure. What are we going to talk about? I was like, I don't know. So we had a good time. It was fun. I'm glad that all of you could be here as well as all the other folks that came through. Hopefully we will be able to do these a little bit more frequently now that I've had what I would like to consider a social media detox. And I don't want to scream at everybody. So anyways, thank you all for coming out. And you guys have a spectacular evening, morning, daytime, wherever you are in the world. I hope that you enjoy it. We'll talk to y'all later.
Thanks.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.